The Jacksonville Jaguars just beat the San Francisco 49ers on the West Coast against a Shanahan-led team. This team is just different. Jaguars win 26-21 against the San Francisco 49ers. How about that? What a statement win against a team that has just haunted the Jaguars for so long, and then to finally get a win against that, I almost was in tears. What are you drinking today?
LaCroix.
LaCroix in a wine glass? Sounds good. I'm having a Sapporo beer in my good old-fashioned, my trusty Asahi beer mug. Cheers. Jaguars win 26-21. I don't even know where to start with this game.
We'll start from the beginning, I guess.
Start from the beginning because go ahead.
I thought it was really weird that we didn't try to do a field goal. I don't know if there was something with Cam Little because he did miss that second field goal. But I thought that was really weird. I was like, oh, he can't at least try. But that was really weird.
Yeah, so, I mean, we've gone from Cam Little, he can make 70-yard field goals, to can he actually even come in the clutch for a, what is now considered in the NFL a chip shot, 47-yard field goal. Got to make those, especially on the road when you're only up, by 4 points at that time, or 5 points. It's hard to start from the beginning, though, because the fact that the Jaguars just won this game. We're filming this directly after Trevor just took the last knee. Really weird on the last one. Fred Warner hurting our center. I hope Hainsey's okay, but that's really messed up. It's like, dude, just take your L. Like, come on, you lost. Like, stop trying to hurt our players. Like, that's really messed up. So, I hope he's okay. But I mean, what can you even say? I mean, this is a game just like last week where the Jaguars always lose, but they found a way to win on the West Coast against Shanahan. Like, that does not happen for the Jaguars ever, and it happened today. And I said in my preview, y'all probably saw, if the Jaguars win this game, I don't even care what it looks like. If they win this game, my entire outlook of this team changes. And right now, that's how it feels to me. I don't care that the Chiefs just beat the Ravens by 20. I haven't done my preview video yet, but I think I might favor the Jaguars in that. At home on Monday night, that's a big game. Jaguars are 3-1 and have an opportunity to really show the world that this team is different. Liam Cohen is different. Trevor is different this year. A statement game in every sense of the word. From the world to the fans to all of Duval County, this team, I think, is different and just better than a lot of us thought.
Yeah. This is like a whole new year, whole new team, whole new everything.
For real. And even when things were going wrong, the Jaguars started playing complementary football. The offense starts out playing great, setting the tone early. Defense is just getting takeaways left and right. I don't know how long this can even keep going, because this is 4 turnovers today. The last 3 games of 3-3-3 in a row, and now 4 again. They lead the NFL in takeaways. I don't know how long this keep going, but I mean, this defense is just going after the ball. The pursuit is heavy. Devin Lloyd just playing out of his mind. So good. But we're here to break it down. Our post-game show, we're a little out of sorts, but that was a very emotional win. That last play, Armstead, my X factor for the game, Armstead getting that fumble, and that I was on the ground like, you're kidding me. There's no way, because that final drive, I mean, you saw it on my face. I was like, this is where we lose. Yep. Jags had their opportunities, won the turnover battle, got a punt return touchdown, but they gave the ball to the other team with 2-3 minutes left to go, and they're about to score touchdown, win the game at home. I was like, that's okay, good game, I'll concede. But then that happened, and I was just in shock. I couldn't believe it. And you couldn't believe it either. You were like, just the whole time. Just incredible. But let's break it down. Obviously, the defense, making a stand on the opening drive. 49ers got the ball first, and they march down the field, but they bend and not break. And that's something huge for this team. They're not only bending and not breaking, but they're also just getting the ball, getting takeaways, standing firm when it matters on 4th down, getting off the field, when things look their bleakest, punching the ball out, getting an interception, changing the momentum again and again. Special teams, I think it was kind of a mixed bag today. I think they finally were getting a little bit better field position at times early on. Allen had a really bad play where he caught the ball. He should have went out of bounds and got the penalty there to get the 40, but instead we started at the 10. But the Jaguars still offense drives down the field and makes something of that. But then obviously Parker Washington has that huge punt return touchdown.
That was so cool.
And that's when I thought we were going to win the game. I was like, Jaguars are going to win. When you get however many turnovers, 3-4 turnovers, and a punt return touchdown, and your offense doesn't give up the ball, you win that game every time. And even though it looked like the Jaguars were going to lose, they came in clutch when it mattered. And that's something that's just different about this team. They came in clutch when it mattered. And, can't be more proud of it. I can't wait for the sounds of the game this week to see that. I can't wait for the post, the locker room speech.
Oh, yeah.
How hype is Liam Cohen going to be? How hype is he going to be? I can't wait for that because this is a statement win in every sense of the word. I can barely talk right now. I like what you said early on. I don't know why, maybe now we know on the opening drive, looked like we could have easily gotten points there. They decided not to kick the field goal, decided to punt it. And, Logan Cook's a great punter, obviously all pro, but Cam Little, I thought going into the year, I thought he was going to be a weapon.
And he still probably can be,
He
but
can
maybe
be. It's early on.
just like BTJ, he had a few games where he was just not looking like himself.
Yeah.
So, and then this game he was catching balls all of them.
Yeah.
Had a few things, but overall he looked like who he was, and so maybe he's just going through that same thing, maybe getting more comfortable.
Exactly. Yeah. Going over the stats really quick. BT did have his best game of the year. Still not anything crazy, but 5 receptions for 49 yards, 7 targets, 5 catches. That's just like we see. Getting him into rhythm. I saw them early on, getting on those quick out routes, just getting him, getting in the ball early. He did have that one where he should have got the foot down. That's unfortunate, but
it happens.
It happens. But this is definitely a positive sign. I'm like, okay, he's, looks a little different, looks more like himself, and I think it'll keep going from here.
ETN did amazing.
ETN, I mean, the resurgence of ETN, 19 carries, 124 yards, and a touchdown, and obviously that 48-yard that I was just in shock on that one. I was like, we got that. What was it? I think it was we got a fumble recovery, and then next play, ETN around the side for a touchdown. That's just. It reminded me a little bit, I don't know if you remember, but it was 2022, the Jaguars beat the Los Angeles Chargers in LA, stomped them 37-10 or something. And that play kind of reminded me of what the momentum you could have when you have a big play like that. ETN's playing amazing, even besides that long run. I mean, he's fighting hard for 11 yards, for 8 yards, every single carry. And San Francisco was trying to stop the run. They were loading boxes. They were trying to stop this run game, and sometimes they did, but ETN, Tootin really fighting for those extra yardage. And one thing I love to see was Trevor at the end of the game, just fighting for that first down. What was third and one? Third and one. He kept it himself, and it looked like he was getting stuffed. But then him and the offensive line just pushing forward for that first down. They needed it. That was. Getting that first down set up the next one to win the game. And that last play, I love it. Third and 5. Everyone thinks they're probably going to run it one more time. Bootleg out, Hunter on the Hunter Long on the on the bootlegs for the first down to seal the game. I love that play call when everyone thinks you're going to run it, but do a little bootleg, do something else than what everyone thinks they're going to do. And Trevor definitely delivered there, and Cohen did as well. So.
Speaking of Hunter.
Oh yeah, speaking of Travis Hunter.
First really amazing catch. That
3rd and 15. So drive of the day. Jaguars are backed up. I don't remember what the score was at this time. I think it was maybe 10-3 or something, or maybe 7-3. Jaguars are backed up at their own, I think, 6 or 7 yard line. 3rd and 15. And you're thinking, the Jaguars probably just do a run or a screen, just say something safe, punt the ball. No, Trevor drops back and shoots a laser down the middle of the field, just rips one, and Travis Hunter, acrobatic catch, kind of double catches it, holds on for that. Best play of the year for him so far.
Yeah.
I think it was might have been a 39 yard catch, something like that, 25 yard. Travis Hunter on the day, 3 catches, 42 yards. It was a 28 yarder. But those 3 catches were a big one, and especially that 28 yard. So Again, we're all going to say, oh, yeah, we'd like to see him a little more involved in the offense, but I think just him making a play like that is good enough for me, and I'm excited for him overall. A lot of talk about Travis Hunter this week, and a lot of people saying that the Jags are misusing him. I know even Deion Sanders had some words about it, his old coach. But I think I like what the Jags are doing with Travis Hunter. They're not putting too much on his plate. They're letting him just kind of make plays when he's needed. And even though, we'd like to see more out of him, but he's just a rookie. And I think it's just going to take a little bit of time. But, that play in itself saved the drive. And then they marched all the way down the field to win or to get a touchdown there. That was a statement drive. And I think that kind of set the tone for the rest of the game.
I know the 49ers said something about what we make legal. It's like, is this what he's talking about? We just come in and
I think maybe we're just better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
He's just saying it's illegal.
that whole story was absolute BS. The legal sign stealing there. I think it was just a poor choice of words. I think he was just trying to really compliment how maybe smart the Jaguars are. I think we're just studying more film, and we see the defense making signals, and then we just check out of it. Trevor's making some good checks. He's always at the line of scrimmage, setting the protection, getting everyone in the right spot, and getting into the right play. I love seeing that from Trevor. I think he played another really good game. Yeah, the stats don't pop out. 21 for 31, 174 yards, and a touchdown. The stats don't go crazy, but I think you have to look at how he's commanding this offense and just doing what we need to do to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole sign stealing stuff is just whatever. I think it was, I'm not going to say much about it, but we all knew that was kind of like a non-story.
Mm-hmm.
But it was cool to see the Jags, running it down their throats a little bit. But just an amazing. I want to highlight some of the players on defense. The first takeaway, Dennis Gardeck, amazing pickup for the Jags. Kind of a little under the radar. Nobody really knew, he's from the Cardinals. Yeah, he's kind of like a, big team guy, a lot of passion, and, he can make some plays. But he was all over the field, and just that punch out set the tone for the whole game. 49ers were driving a little bit, but getting the ball out, getting the ball back. Devin Lloyd playing at a Pro Bowl level. I think the Jaguars might need to re-sign him quick. At the end of the game, Eric Armstead, doing what he can to get the ball out. Foy Lucan getting on the ball. The pursuit of the defense is just incredible to me. I've never seen a Jags defense just tackling good, getting to the ball, shutting down McCaffrey. I mean, he had a pretty quiet day for Christian McCaffrey's standards. He still led the team in rushing, 17 carries for 49 yards. That's good. That wins you games.
Yeah.
Of course, he led the team in receiving. Of course, Christian McCaffrey's their bell cow. He's their best player on offense. And yes, he did get a touchdown and did kill us a little bit in the receiving game. What I saw wasn't too many, Shanahan specials, as I call them, where the whole defense is going this way, and then they have Juszczyk or McCaffrey or a tight end out the other way for like a 40-yard gain. They had one or two of those for the whole day, but we didn't let it kill us. We didn't let that turn into touchdowns. We bended a little bit, but then got them off the field with a field goal early on, or maybe a punch out turnover or something, and kind of just that positive energy, just riding that high. And this defense is just incredible. I can't even fathom. It's so weird having it. It reminds me of 2017 when the defense was just carrying the Jags forever. But that defense still let up a lot of big plays. This defense is getting the turnovers, maybe not getting all the sacks, but still making the plays when it needs to. Our secondary, Tyson Campbell making big plays when we need it. Our safeties playing with their hair on fire. Linebackers running to the ball. And our defensive linemen getting a lot of pressure. And let's just get into it. Let's just get into the defensive players of the game, because I think this is a good time to bring that up. What do you got? Defensive player of the game.
I got Lloyd.
Devin Lloyd. Like I said, I think the Jaguars are going to need to pay him. I think he's playing. Him and Anthony Campanelli's defense, he's playing incredible. Pro Bowl level, maybe even all pro if he continues this way. It's not very common for a linebacker to overshadow Fred Warner on the 49ers, and I think Devin Lloyd was playing so well that he was almost getting more mentions than Fred Warner, which is incredible. Totally agree. I think he was just all over the field. Obviously, he got that one interception that was amazing. He was a big part of the last turnover. He was getting a lot of pressure on Purdy before Eric Armstead got the punch out. Yeah, that was a good one. That's a good one for sure. If you didn't go Devin Lloyd, I would have gotten him as well. I'm going to go a little maybe unexpected. I think you could go a lot of ways, a lot of different ways. You could say Eric Armstead because of the last punch out, so clutch. Against his old team as well. Obviously Eric Armstead has had a lot of up and downs through his Jacksonville career so far in 2 years, but that was a big play as well. Dennis Gardeck, you go with him. But I'm going to go with Josh Hines Allen, and even though he didn't really get on the stat sheet with a sack, I think he was consistently getting pressure in the backfield, going up against Trent Williams, Hall of Fame left tackle. He was constantly in the backfield getting pressure on Purdy. And when Trayvon Walker went out, which is something we got to monitor because he's huge on this defense, when he went out, Purdy had a lot more time. But the one person who was consistently beating Trent Williams off the edge almost every play and getting pressure on Purdy to get those errant throws, to get those turnovers, that was Josh Hines Allen. So I'm going to go Josh Hines Allen just for kind of wrecking the game up front. But he could have gone so many different ways. The whole, can I get an award for the whole defense?
I know.
4 turnovers. Was it 13? No, yeah, 13 this entire year. Last year we had 9 turnovers. Through 4 games we have 13. This whole defense, Anthony Campanile, key to the city. I don't even know what to say. Just incredible. Offensive player of the game. Who are you going?
Yeah, I think I would probably go BTJ. But I think, I don't know, he's been around for so long, we just know how good a player is. I guess if not, Long. Just because I haven't seen him.
Yeah, he came up with some, 2 big plays. Obviously, you got the touchdown, Hunter Long, and then the last game, or the last play of the game, that first down. Yeah, that's a good call. If you're gonna go Hunter Long, I think I have to go ETN. I think the resurgence of ETN has been kind of crazy to watch because everyone kind of wrote him off after last year. He had a bad year, but 2 or 3 years ago, he was one of the best backs in the NFL. But he just everything was bad for the Jaguars last year. The running backs, O-line, Trevor, defense, everything sucked. But you're just seeing this year with kind of just a renewed offensive mindset. ETN maybe getting some better looks and just running faster. Him turning that corner and getting the edge and getting that touchdown. Last year I would have said he probably would have gotten stopped. He would have gotten hit from behind. But this year he turned that into a touchdown. I think I got to give him his flowers for this game, for the player of the game on offense. And if I didn't go ETN, if you would have went ETN, I think I would have gone with Trevor because
he's focused.
I think it's a new system, and the stats don't pop out, and the announcers are constantly on him about, he's got to slide, he's got to get it inbounds, or he's got to make a better ball. It's like, guys, he's running this new offense and marching them down the field and making the correct throw, making the correct read, making the correct change at the line of scrimmage to get people in the right blocking schemes, lining people up. Yeah, we had some weird, delay of games and timeouts called. I don't
get better.
I don't know if that's on Trevor or if that's on the rest of the players getting lined up, or if that's on Cohen not getting the call in time. It's still a work in progress, but I think through all of that, Trevor has showed a level of poise and calmness that I really like to see. And today was definitely one of his better days, especially starting out. I think that one drive, I think he was 7 for 7 with a touchdown. Love to see that. And to go into a hostile environment on the road to San Francisco, a place that has constantly, been a house of horrors for the Jaguars, to go in and kind of just make a statement and win that game. For Trevor, for ETN, for the offensive line, the receivers catching the ball. I don't think we had a drop in this game.
I actually didn't think about that.
I didn't think about that either, but now that I think about it, I don't think we had a single drop in this game. Which, coming from last week,
That was big, yeah.
is huge because, we didn't have any huge big plays besides the ETN run. For the passing game, I think the only two down the field throws we even tried was Hunter on the 3rd and 15.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the game, I think Parker Washington, but it was a little outstretched, But I liked what the Jaguars did. Just keep everything in front, stay calm, take what the defense gives you. The Robert Saleh 49ers, they run that kind of Seattle 3 scheme, which is basically don't let up any big plays. Their whole defensive philosophy is let them have the underneath dink and dunk, little yardage at a time, and at some point they will get carried away, they will get anxious and want to go downfield, and that's when we attack. We get the quarterback, or we get an interception. But the Jaguars held firm on, nope, we're just going to keep, Brendan Strange across the middle, BTJ, 5-yard out route, Travis Etienne, Bashal Tutin up the middle, and I loved how they just stuck to that plan. They took like a few shots when they needed to. They didn't necessarily get them all, but they held on, and when they needed a play to win the game, they made the play on defense and offense. And that's something that's just so different about this Jaguars team, is that they're just making the play when it matters. And that's football. Football, it almost always, unless it's a blowout or something, it almost always comes down to the end. Who's going to make the play to win the game? And last week, Josh Hines-Allen makes the play, gets CJ Stroud to throw it up in the air, and Antonio Johnson catches the ball. This week, it's 3rd down. The Jaguars haven't gotten to Purdy all game, no sacks, and they're about to drive down the field to win the game. Who makes the play? Devin Lloyd, Eric Armstead, fumble. We get the ball. We still need to fight for those extra yards. Who makes the play? Trevor Lawrence stays on his feet, gets the first down. Liam Cohen makes the correct call, boot, play action. Hunter Long catches the ball, gets the first down, stays in bounds, and we kneel and win the game. That's the difference in winning football games and losing them. And the Jaguars won the game. They took it to the 49ers and won the game. How many times can we say that? We've seen that happen.
Yeah.
Even week 1 against the Panthers, it felt like, the Jaguars won pretty convincingly, but it was still a little herky-jerky. It was still kind of they're keeping it in the game. The Bengals, the loss against the Bengals was a really big learning moment, I think, for the Jaguars, because they should have won that game. Everything turned out good for the Jaguars to win that game, but they still lost. And I said that if the Jaguars learn from this, and then later down the road they make good on it and win that game that they should have won but ended up losing, then it was worth it. And I think that Bengals loss was worth it for the Jaguars to understand, hey, it's not just going to be given to you. You got to earn it. You still have to make a play at the end. Even if everything is going in your favor, you still have to make the play at the end to win it. And they did. And good feeling. Convincing, amazing win. I have so many notes down here, but it's just kind of hard to, go through them all after everything.
I also feel like the Jags are different compared. I think when Trevor first started, it was always 1 or 2 people holding the team up. It was BTJ, it was ETN in the earlier times, it was Kirk. It was but now it's a whole team. It's totally different on defense and offense. There's multiple people they can trust, multiple people that they're that are helping out the team. It actually just feels like everyone just.
Yeah, it almost felt like the past few years that if this Evan Ingram didn't make the play, or BTJ didn't make the play, or Kirk didn't make the play, then
we could only rely on a few people.
Yeah.
Where now it's we have such a I don't even know how to explain.
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree. It's like a team. It's almost hard for us to pick a defensive player or an offensive player in the game. It's I kind of want to just give it to the whole team. Everyone showed up. The offensive line. I mean, how can we forget the offensive line against the San Francisco pass rush, which is still good even without Nick Bosa. Trevor Lawrence didn't get sacked. I don't think he got sacked once this game.
Yeah, he didn't.
And they were setting the tempo up front with the run game. They were the ones. While Trevor Lawrence is still on his feet, the offensive line is pushing him to the first down. It's you can almost give a player of the game to you can make a case for so many players, and that's so different. Where I feel last year it was offensive player of the game, BTJ. Defense player of the game, no one. So
that's a really good point.
Our
linebacker is really good.
Yeah.
What was it?
the linebackers.
Yeah.
Like Devin Lloyd.
Like he would get sacked like in seconds every single play. Like last year, like it was like he didn't have any time. Now he actually has
offensive
time.
line. Offensive line. Yeah. Like last year was rough. Whether it was Trevor or Mac Jones, offensive line was just getting killed out there, and we couldn't run the ball at all. This year, we can run the ball. And Trevor, I can only remember like 2 or 3 times this whole year where Trevor's been like, sacked, and it was because of the O-line's fault.
But to not have a single one this
game, it's huge. It's huge. And, next week, we got the Chiefs coming to town Monday night. I think this is huge that the Jaguars won this game because I think this fan base is a very much wait and see. We're too scarred. You know me. I'm scarred from this Jaguars team.
Well, it's over.
Yep. I'm like, I need that positive energy in order to, have hope for this team. I think a win like this could really help. Maybe pack those seats for the Monday night game and make it not all Chiefs Kingdom traveling, the Swifties. Who knows who else is going to be there? But I think this is going to be huge for a Monday night game, and Jaguars 3-1 after 4 games and have a chance to possibly be 4-1.
Yeah.
Now we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. The Chiefs did look good and beat the Ravens pretty convincingly at home. I'll have to watch. I didn't watch any of that game. I was too locked in, obviously, on the Jaguars. But we'll have to see what happened there and definitely take a deep dive into what happened. I mean, Patrick Mahomes 4 touchdowns. I mean, okay, definitely curious to see what happened there. But Chiefs 2-2 coming to the Jaguars on Monday night next week. So that's going to be a fun preview. Stay tuned for that this week. Other news, the Rams beat the Colts.
Wow. So that's
now 3-1. The Jaguars and Colts are tied at the top of the division. I think they might have the tiebreaker because the Jaguars lost to an AFC team and the Colts lost to an NFC team. But it's a long season. But that's huge. I'm curious to watch that game as well because Colts have surprised me so much, and for that game to even be close at the LA Rams is pretty huge. I know the Jaguars face the Rams in London in about 2 or 3 weeks, so that's going to be a good game. Also, Texans beat the Titans. I think the Titans are a lot worse than I thought they would be, and
did they get 0?
Yeah, 26-0, shut out by the Texans, who were awful last week against the Jaguars, but what a win for the... I mean, we haven't even touched on Parker Washington's punt return.
Oh, man.
That
was amazing. That was so cool.
He had one last year against the Patriots in London. And, the special teams, he hasn't looked that great on punt returns, but that one, total momentum flipper. I mean, you're looking at the Jaguars, I think it might have been 3. We might have been up by 3. Our defense gets them off the field, and we're punting, and we're thinking, okay, offense needs to get a good drive here. And Parker Washington just, makes a few men miss and, doesn't get hit by the punter to get down. He outruns everyone, and I just love to see that. Highlight of the day, Parker Washington, play of the game. And I love all 3 phases of the Jaguars coming in to make a big play when it matters. Offense, getting that 89-yard drive early, setting the tone. Defense, 4 takeaways. And then special teams, punt return for a touchdown. That's how you win a football game on the road against a team that always has your number. And that's why this year is different. I think that's all we got to say. I don't think there's anything else that I can say about this game.
Are there any injuries?
Yeah, we'll have to keep up with injury news. I'm hoping Trayvon Walker's not out for any significant time. He went out pretty early on with a wrist injury. Maybe that. Hopefully that was only with precaution. BT came back in. He had something with his fingers. Hopefully he's okay. And then hopefully Hainsey's all right after that last kind of dirty play by Fred Warner. Hopefully he's okay. Even with De'Ami Brown out, hopefully he'll be back soon as well. I think they kind of kept him out of this game as a precaution as well. He was fighting to get back. He was limited in practice on Thursday, or Friday. But our wide receivers stepped up. BT stepped up. I'm excited for him. I think he's gonna continue this and get even better. And so is the offense. And right now the offense is kind of, that's my main takeaway from this game. If the Jaguars were to lost this game, I would have been beside myself, because to win the turnover battle 3-0 at the time, and to get a punt return and a touchdown, every NFL team wins that game. And so if they would have lost that game, I think my whole kind of idea about this team might have flipped. But the fact that they made the play when it counted completely changed everything. and how I look at this team, how I look at this game, how I look at this season. We'll see. We still got a lot of plays to go, a lot of games to go. 13 games left, I believe. But the Jaguars 3-1. Jags fans, enjoy this. Like I said, how many times can we count how many times the Jaguars have started 3-1? I know in 2018 that was a season we'd all like to forget, but this is a whole different team, whole different Jaguars. So Jaguars 3-1, win against the San Francisco 49ers. Cheers, Jags fans. Cheers, Duval. This is for you. See you later.